Have you ever noticed how uncomfortable a sudden silence feels during an important conversation? The second the room goes quiet, your pulse speeds up, your brain starts racing, and an overwhelming urge forces you to fill the void. Most people start babbling, offering discounts, or backing away from their original points just to make the discomfort disappear. But what if that urge to speak is actually the exact reason you lose leverage? In human dynamics, silence is rarely empty. It is a profound psychological force. When used intentionally, chosen silence becomes one of the quietest yet most persuasive tools in human interaction. To understand why silence works, we have to look inside the brain. Humans are deeply wired for social connection and predictability. When a conversation flows normally, our brains process back and forth speech smoothly. However, when an expected response is replaced by calm silence, the other person's brain experiences cognitive dissonance. The amygdala, the brain's danger detector, registers the unexpected pause as a potential social risk. Is something wrong? Did I say something offensive? Was my proposal unreasonable? Because the brain naturally seeks closure, it rushes to resolve this uncertainty. Without a single word from you, the other party begins negotiating against themselves, clarifying their points, adding concessions, or revealing critical information they intended to hold back. Meanwhile, by staying quiet, your prefrontal cortex remains regulated, keeping you in complete cognitive control. Constantly feeling the need to over-explain carries a heavy psychological toll. In daily life, fast, reactive speaking is often fueled by underlying anxiety and a desire for approval. When you rush to fill every quiet gap, you project insecurity and signal that your words lack weight. Consider how this plays out in real life. In salary negotiations, an immediate response can cost thousands, simply because you didn't allow the employer time to sit with their own offer. In personal relationships, interrupting moments of tension with quick defenses prevents deep understanding and escalates conflicts. When you constantly jump in, you deprive both yourself and the other person of the time needed to process emotions. And form meaningful thoughts. Mastering strategic silence requires deliberate practice. Here is a simple blueprint you can begin using today. First, adopt the 4-second pause rule. Whenever a hard question or a demanding offer is put on the table, count 4 seconds in your mind before responding. This prevents impulsive reactions and projects deep composure. Second, practice active neutral posture. Unclench your jaw, keep your shoulders dropped, and maintain soft eye contact. If your body looks anxious during the silence, the power is lost. True leverage comes from genuine inner calm. Third, use silence after stating your position. Make your request clearly in as few words as possible, and then simply stop speaking. Resist the temptation to add explanations or soften your stance. Allow the other person full ownership of the next move. Silence is not about manipulation or playing games. It is about self-mastery, emotional discipline, and creating space for thoughtful choices. When you control your urge to react, you gain clarity in every conversation you enter. If you want more calm, science-based self-development content, tap follow and join us on this journey to better understand your mind.